call the member for Goulburn.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Temporary Speaker, as the newly elected member for Goulburn, I wholeheartedly support the urgent need for amendments to the Inmate Behaviour Bill 2019. As we know, management of inmate behaviour by Corrective Services New South Wales includes using incentive-based schemes that are separate from the Correctional Discipline Process Division 6, Part 2 of the Crimes Administration of Sentences Act 1999. In Goulburn's jails, renowned for housing the worst of the worst, incentive-based behavioural programs are widely used and applied to our inmates. Incentive-based schemes allow operations to immediately respond to negative inmate behaviour to ensure the safety of staff and other inmates. This can include increasing or decreasing withdrawal privileges in order to encourage positive inmate behaviour. After talking with the local management team, including the Governor, Mr Larry Bolger, we know that incentive-based schemes work. In fact, they are critical for managing inmate behaviour and the safety of our correctional centres. Behaviour management plans are a fundamental strategy for behaviour management for high-risk offenders, and without them, our communities and correctional centres in which they operate would be exposed to increased risk. The Hamzy judgement in February 2019 has created uncertainty about the ability of corrective services to use incentive-based schemes such as behavioural management plans to manage inmate behaviour and respond to misconduct in a timely manner. In response to the Hamzy judgement in March this year, over 200 staff walked off the job at our Goulburn jail, and that sparked a statewide strike. The court found that it is unlawful to use behaviour management plans to reduce withdrawal privileges in response to inmate conduct that may also constitute a correctional centre offence or criminal offence where it is not done in accordance with the process in Division 6, Part 2 of the CAS Act. Corrections involves enforcing conditions and consequences for breaking those conditions. Presenting choices involves defining conditions and consequences without threatening and makes inmates aware that they have a choice in how they handle their behaviour. In Goulburn particularly, because of the associated increased risk with our inmates, we must do everything we can to ensure our correctional officers return home safely to their families at the end of each working day. The Hamzy decision has caused significant concern for corrective services and for the Prison Officers Vocational Branch of the Public Service Association of New South Wales. I know this because I've spoken with several concerned corrections officers and their families. The strike by our correctional officers in March was a cry for help, and this amendment is a sign of solidarity that we as a government do everything we can to protect our frontline corrections officers. We can achieve this by continuing to incentivise positive inmate behaviour and responding appropriately to adverse behaviour, such as assaulting a correctional officer, as in the Hamzy case. Confronting angry or irate offenders may be among the most difficult duties in corrections. It's a learned skill, and the ability to successfully achieve de-escalation can have definite safety and security implications. This bill is a no-brainer and a necessary measure in order to provide certainty and clarity to corrective services operations and to ensure that our officers on the ground have the tools required to manage inmate behaviour and staff safety. In addition to enhancing correctional officer safety, these amendments also act to enhance the safety of other inmates, as corrective services can withdraw privileges in response to inmate-on-inmate assaults, to provide an immediate response and protect other inmates. As a member for Goulburn, I cannot stress the importance of this amendment highly enough. As the Parliament of New South Wales, we have a responsibility to do everything we can to protect the safety of our correctional officers, including ensuring they are equipped with appropriate behaviour management tools to carry out their roles not only effectively, but also minimising further risks to safety where possible. I congratulate the Minister for his swift action to introduce this bill to the House and thank him for the work he is doing to enhance corrections officers' safety. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thanks, the member for Goulburn.